gymnasium collapsed.
Oh, fun. That's fun.
Yeah, considering it's a brick building, that's a lot of weight.
All right. So I know Saf's not going to make it, and I'll put Smiley back when he gets back. He should be here in a little bit. Yeah, that is a lot of weight. So what do we got? So you have
we have a woman that we rescued who I feel is not what she appears to be.
You got a woman that you rescued, and you can see into, I guess, as you look around this room, right? So I guess a couple of things. I guess I didn't put it on the map, but you see some random furniture around that, looks kind of sort of nice, maybe a little bit more upscale than usual. As you look at the east, west, and south, right? What you see is 3 rooms that, at least on the surface, look identical to the one that you came in through the south, where you have these blinding lights, right, that are just taking up one particular room. To the north, you see a room, and you see a you see a huge ruby in the center of the room, and kind of like on a pedestal, and you see a light shining on it, and you see various red beams shooting off from the gem in different directions. And that's where we are.
No, somebody needs to talk to the young lady, and it probably shouldn't be me.
Well, I guess we should find out what's going on. Oh, whoops, I'm like spinning for some reason. Yeah, I guess Inara will initiate there and see what's going on. She's maybe not the most she might be a little brusque, but she's attentive, and she'll walk up and be like, "What has brought you here?"
The woman kind of, you gather from the way she moves and the way she talks that she's an educated woman, right? She is dressed like someone of some station from wherever she came from, and she says, "Thank you for rescuing me. I am the Princess Shadala, betrothed to the heir of the Sheik of the Oasis. I was captured by the Ifrit I don't know what day it is, but it's hard to figure a passage of time, but it's been, I would estimate, some days or weeks. Not sure."
And what date do you remember?
You ask her what date?
Yeah, just because for all I know, she's been in that gym for 100,000 years, and
yeah, she gives you a day that we'll say in the last maybe 2 weeks ago, give or take. She hasn't been in the bottle for thousands of years, if that's what you're asking. No.
Hey, it never hurts to ask.
Fair enough.
I had a similar thought. So it's fun.
All I can say is before I was abducted from my uh, bridal chamber and brought here by the creature. I heard him kind of arrogantly say um, that he only feared one thing in the world, and now with myself captured, um, that threat was gone.
Only one thing he feared in the world.
Yeah. So, what kind of thing does some kind of family inheritance that you were going to get, or some special necklace, or something?
She says, "Well, um, I don't know. The the only thing that kind of describes what you're saying is this." And she shows you her hand, which more or less looks like that.
A map?
Was it the map? I didn't mean to show the map. This thing went crazy. Let me try again. Hold on. If I do this and I say show. Oh, interesting. It's all put together. Okay, hold on. That's right. I didn't make one like this. Hold on a second.
I see it down the left.
Yeah. I will. I didn't separate this out. I'll just put it. Burp. I'll put it on Discord. That one. So she shows you her hand, and her hand has this mark inscribed on it, and she says that this mark on my hand came to me magically, and denotes me as the bride for the next sheik. It comes from a altar that is in the possession of the sheik, and when I was born, the mark magically goes off the altar and comes to the chosen woman's hand.
Well, that's a heck of a way to set up an arranged marriage.
There you go. She says no doubt the sheikh is looking for me because if I were killed, the mark would go back to the temple and onto the altar.
Well, at least he knows you're not dead.
They know I'm not dead. That is correct. I'm just double checking here. The meaning of the mark at one time was passed from father to son as part of the sheikh's line, but whatever meaning there is to the mark is since lost.
Well, let us see have a read. If it's in the same script as everything else here, we should be able to translate it.
I'll say that as you look at her hand, and you've been translating this quite a bit, you would gather that it's like you have half the message, right? It's like someone cut off the top part of every letter. So, you really can't quite make heads or tails of what it's trying to say.
So we need to find the other half of the inscription.
Sure.
Well, seeing as I have pen and paper, yes, I actually do have a book in my inventory. I'm going to painstakingly copy down this message. And best I can do to match the curvature of the letters, everything.
Okay. Sure. Not a problem. So while Holmgrim is doing that, what is the rest of you doing? Any other questions?
Yeah, I think from Inara, she's just confused, or she just doesn't know, like, how it's benefiting the Ifrit to have her kidnapped. Like, what if there was some like ritual or something that would only be possible when she's with the Sheik or anything like that? Inara will try to kind of ask her, like, is there any sort of like tradition or anything like that that you're going to be missing because you're kidnapped?
Um, Outside of my own wedding, um, no, not really.
Oh, sorry, I understood you to already be married. You're the bride to be.
Yes.
Is that right? Perhaps this is the wedding itself is what the Ifrit fears will bring it ruin somehow. I'm not
And
sure.
this phrasing is going to play into my charisma score really well. So there's got to be a reason why he kidnapped you instead of killing you.
That's also true.
Fair point.
And putting it blunt like that is very much into my charisma score.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So I suppose that means that we have to protect you while trying to get you back to the Oasis, was it?
Yes, that's where our tribe is at. I mean, this mark goes all the way back to um, the long ago days of the wizard Martek, who originally, defeated the Afridi. But I
Yeah,
so it could have
I'm
something to
gonna
do
go
with that, but I don't know more than that. Whatever knowledge this is lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably half of the ritual to activate the gemstones to get rid of the jerk.
Mm.
Could be. Would not know.
And the three dots in the middle look like kind of like placement of gemstones too.
Oh wow. Could that? It could even be some sort of like the marriage is involved with the ritual somehow.
Tying up to two rival clans or something.
Yes. Strange, but I think one place we know we can find answers is if we find this Ifrit that escaped. Is that the path we want to take next here?
Well, I think our path next is going to end up having to be to get her somewhere safe, and probably along the way finding the other half of the inscription here, which is going to either be on the altar or on the groom's hand.
So we should journey back to the city.
Well, the oasis is is not that far. Uh, if I
What's
remember the map right, northeast.
okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
about right.
the remaining dangers here are better explored, without necessarily the risks for the princess here. We should take her back first. That's
Too bad we can't put her back in the bottle for safety.
that would be dangerous, I'm sure. But yeah, so I guess we're trying to head back out then. Is that correct? Is that what everyone's thinking?
Yeah, but remember how we got in here. It's not exactly going to be easy to get back out.
Not a straight shot at all. So I guess we could keep trying to kind of explore for a way out.
Well, I'm kind of wanting to see what the swirling lights of the room to the north is.
All right, let's do
I mean,
that.
the Efreet held her here for some reason.
Yeah. Let's check that out. Close this up.
Sounds like fun. Just give me a second here.
Very carefully not stepping into the room.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Since you're, yeah, the clown's not here yet, so you know.
Yeah, the cannon fodder's not here.
So yeah, let me get back to this. Let me get back to the description of that room. Sorry.
Laser beams.
Yep. So a dark staircase descends to a 50-foot square room. In the center of the room stands a single pillar bathed in a column of light. Glistening atop that pillar is a huge cut jewel, its facets flashing with fiery light. The floor is paved with, well, I couldn't do this, but it looks like hexagonal flagstones of marble, each 5 foot across. So,
Yeah,
we'll pretend we'll pretend it's square. There's square flagstones, not hexagonals. A single arched portal in the center. Oh, a single arched portal is in the center of the opposite wall. So they use the word portal, but it's actually just another opening to another room.
Another definition of portal is doorway or opening.
Yeah, but that's kind of a loaded word when you're talking about role-playing games.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's first edition. Give it a break.
Okay. That's fair.
All right.
So does the gemstone look kind of similar to the other magical gemstones that we have found so far?
Yeah, I would say that that's a fair guess. I mean, each of the gems you have found so far is a different gem. So I think what you have, like a diamond, you have I forget what the other ones were. I think one was an opal. I'm not sure, but they're different gemstones. But it's the right, say, size and
yeah.
worth that you would expect for it to be one of the star gems.
Great, we're collecting the freaking infinity stones.
There you go. You know,
All right, I'll start prepping my gauntlet so I can do the snap.
you saying that now makes me think. When did they actually publish that comic book?
The Infinity Crisis in Marvel. It'd be pretty close to around the time, I think.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. Howdy, Mr. Smiley.
What up? What up? Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
No problem. How'd your session go?
Pretty good. We ran a little bit behind schedule, but we almost got it all done. And yeah, it was fun blowing up a whole lot of card people.
So, what you missed basically was a conversation with the woman that came out of the bottle. She claims to be a princess for the who was soon going to marry the prince of the Oasis, the sheik's son. And the Efreet, made some passing comment in her presence that she, with her under her power, that he didn't have anything else to fear in the world. That's what she says she heard. And she has this mark on her hand that's in Discord. And I guess A, that flags her as being, the person for the prince to marry. And B, the writing on her hand, well, it's magical, but the writing it looks like half letters of the ancient text that you've been translating. So you're gathering there is at least one other piece that you will need in order to make use of that, if that is truly, writing on a hand.
Also, I stand corrected. The Infinity Stones, previously known as the Infinite Gems or the Soul Gems, were first printed by Marvel in '72. So I'm going to go with this was heavily influenced by.
Could be. But yeah, it was a long time ago. I couldn't remember when that was published. Okay. So now Holmgren is looking at a room that seems to have one of the star gems in it, or at least a very expensive jewel. It's in the middle of the room, shooting out red light in various directions, and he's looking for a volunteer who wants to go in.
I feel like this is a perfect timing that we
I get you. No wonder you all were waiting for me to get here for this time.
There you
we
go.
We need our cannon fought. I mean, our very talented and skilled sneaky type.
You guys are deplorable. Anybody got any flour or dust that I could toss in the room firsthand?
I'm sorry, I was busy coughing. I didn't hear that.
lasers. Is that why?
Just a second. I'm checking to see. I think I might have chalk.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
Yeah, just looking for a dust-like object, just in case he passes by any. I don't know. We did just kind of dodge laser beams and stuff earlier, right?
Hold on. Is any of these for lack of a better term, we'll call them laser beams within a few foot of the door?
I'll say that the gem is rotating, so the beams are moving as the gem moves, and they are more dense as you get closer to the gem.
Okie dokie.
Because Thieves' Tools kit does include a, quote, telescoping mirror on a pole.
Whoa.
Ho ho.
Yeah, to see around corners and under doors and all that other stuff.
Or
It makes sense to me.
deflect laser beams.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, okay. So with that, some, I don't know, sneezing powder he'll just toss around or something like that. And his acrobatics, he's gonna try to go this way. Is there any way I could get a bless or a guidance on himself or some bardic inspiration from my fellow bard up there? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Inara will push you right on forward. Give you a pat for the inspiration. Absolutely.
More like a solid shove.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I'll stick a foot out for the trip as you go by.
Oh man.
As expected from a good pal, he says,
Yeah.
pinching your nose like a little child.
Well, and as you trip, I'll say, "Ooh, duck."
So exactly how you doing this, Malenko?
So, with the backup of all of my buddies and the bonuses to what's inevitably going to be probably an acrobatics roll that he's going to be doing, I'll try to use the mirror. And I know if there's any hidden lights anywhere else in the room I got to worry about because Inara could see them the last time. Does she see any hidden lights?
I want to double check how long that lasts because I might need to cast it again if it's not lasting a little longer.
Probably have to do it again. I would think. I think you
Okay.
get 3 uses of it per day, so you're fine.
Yes. Yeah, it
Uh,
only lasts 10 minutes, so okay, I will use the second use out of 3.
The only lights you see are coming from the gym.
Okay, so no mysterious lasers this time, as far as we can see. Mhm.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to double check before my ass got fried or frozen. What happens when we touch these things again? That guy got fucked up. I know that.
Indeed.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
that was
sure.
your bat who had that
Yeah,
fate. Whatever happened to it.
I don't know that I want to find out. Maybe we.
Yeah, neither do I, but I guess I don't have any choice. Hey guys, as he makes like a pointed stare at everyone that's just kicking their feet, trying to not want to go down this hallway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So I'm much too valuable to go first.
Well, I feel like we have someone all powered up to go first, right? We don't need to.
So with a D8 for Bardic Inspiration, and do I have Guidance or Bless there, Crab Claws?
I don't have a
Crab Man?
guidance spell. I do have bless. I don't know if bless works the way you think it does, though. I just have it up here so we can read it.
Yeah, it works for saving throws, right?
Oh, it works for saving throws. You want it for the saving throw?
Yeah, just in case I gotta do something or whatever. Know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I
Right.
will.
It's an attack or save, but not a check, right? Something like that. Still could come in use.
4 creatures, 30 feet. So we could all be, not all of us, but I think I cast that in order to put it into the window.
That's fine. You probably did. Right. It's attack roll or save. Okay.
It'll last 1 minute, and I'm consternating.
I'm constipated.
We know.
All right. So you use your acrobatics to dodge the lights and the mirror to block the beams. He can't dodge or go grab the orb or toss a bag of it as he leaves another fake and a note.
Yeah, he would toss something over the orb before he grabs it and shoves it in his bag. And then he leaves another silly Malenko kiss my ass note.
Ah, so you're doing the whole Temple of Doom thing there? Is that what you're trying to do? What do you mean toss a bag
Kind
over
of,
it?
yeah, just
Oh,
like he
you
did
mean
with the
put a
last
bag
one.
over it so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
shooting
exactly.
other beams. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were like, trying to do some other funky thing. Okay, cool. All right. So So you're trying to basically just go forward, and you're just going to dodge beams as you're going. With a rope and a yeppers. Okay. So I'm going to say that these are what, 5-foot squares, give or take. Zoop. That. 1 second. Cool. You get about there, and you're doing fine, right? I mean, the lights themselves are, you're just starting to get close to them, to where maybe it would be a bit more difficult to get them. And I need you to make a. How are we going to do this? Let's say. Let me read how they wrote this a gazillion years ago. Give me an acrobatics check right now. Just give me the check without the bless.
He's a computer. It's not on yet, so he might need us to roll for him.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, I can do that. Acrobatics. Boop. And boop. Oh, 11. You spun an 11 on an acrobatics check. You basically spun a 4. Do you want to use your D8? I'll tell you what happens. As you're dodging, you get to a spot on the floor, and your foot just goes through the floor, and part of this floor is an illusion. So I'm trying to see if you are quick enough to literally not fall through the floor.
The gem of seeing
All right,
would have revealed
so-
that.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for reminding me that. So I'm going to back him up
Thank you for saving my ass.
and take that back. So
Hey, if anything's going to kill you, it's going to be me, not a simple trap.
You're making sure of it, eh?
yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't even think of that. Yes. So rewind. Honora, when you are looking through the gem, you see that parts of the floor are just illusions, and you can see down. From an angle, you can see some of the different spots, and you just see like, a big pit of acid is basically in spots.
But that smells good.
Don't step there, friends.
So as
I would have smelt a lot funnier.
you're looking at this, basically the only way to get there from where you are is kind of like go along the wall to the right about 15 feet, and then you kind of do a little zigzag along the wall there for maybe another 20 feet, and then you can walk straight west to the gem. And you gotta do that while you're voting light beams.
Of course.
Oh, no big deal.
Yep.
That's what he gave you a mirror for.
Yeah, totally. I'm just gonna have this protect my junk.
You don't need that.
Oh yeah, says you. Just because you haven't used it in a couple centuries doesn't mean I won't.
Man.
So I'm loading in right now. It's just taking me a minute to actually get there, but
That's
do
fine.
you need anything else as I go about doing all this?
What I'll say is that you need to make probably a series of acrobatic checks to
Okay.
basically avoid. Let's see. I'm going to say, yeah, they'll be pretty pretty mediocre. I'll say, because you have to not only avoid it, but you also want to make sure you don't fall into, one of these vats, right? So it kind of constricts how well you can dodge. So I'll have you make a series of acrobatics checks, and they'll get a little more difficult as you get closer to the gem. I'll either give you that, or you could try to do a sleight of hand check as well, like your choice, right? Until you get, it'll get more difficult when you get closer. When you get close enough to the gem, it's going to have to be all sleight of hand checks for like the last little bit, because there's too many light beams.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to just dodge to get right up to the gem.
It'll be a lot of dodge and blocking. Yeah, okay. And I
Yeah.
do have good sleight of hand as well, so this is perfect skill set for this motherfucker. What happened? Okay, sweet. Okay, I am logged in now, so I will start rolling when you want me to.
Sure. We'll say the first bit's easy. We'll give you three. Which one do you want to use? Sleight of hand or the whatchamacallit, acrobatics? Your choice.
I'll save the sleight of hand for the end.
Okay. All right. Give me three acrobatics, please. And you still do have, okay. Wow, so 11 day. Okay.
No way.
That's some really
What
bad.
the fuck?
That's some really bad acrobatics. Do you want to use
That
your?
is. That's like the worst.
You got at least one bardic inspiration you can use.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use that.
So let's start with the first one, or whichever one. It doesn't really matter. Start with the first one. Okay. So with
17.
Enora like cheering you on, making sure you got a good beat to your dancing, around the lights. You certainly make the first check. Do you have any other bardic inspirations going around? Right, because you can throw more at him if you want.
I can for subsequent checks give it. I just have a limited amount, so
Right,
I want
that's
to
what
save
I'm asking. I don't know how many you've used.
throw one more, but I want to save the final one for heals. So
Okay.
let me throw that one out. Give me one moment. Where is it? Here.
Because I think I failed like all of those checks.
Yeah. I mean, the 16. That's
Well, the 16 is just him
that's different. Yeah. That's
doing
not
it with style.
Good. Yeah, that's exactly
not
what it
not
is. Thank
helpful.
you for knowing that. That's great.
Well, you get
How
one
badly
bardic.
you are. It, that performance roll was to see how good I fuck up, like how good me fucking up looks.
You do a beautiful, beautiful dance right into the acid.
All right, you've got another roll if you want to use it on the 11, the second 11. Okay.
So 15.
Yep, no problem. And now for the 13, right? So, do you have
I wish I could bardic inspiration myself.
next time you guys send Zurama or someone, right? Then you could have had two bards like throw stuff at yourself.
It's fair.
But nobody else is. Well, I'm supposed to be the most acrobatic, so this is just fuck.
And the bravest.
Uh,
Mhm.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see my acrobatics.
let's see.
If I
So,
get close enough, can I use my whip like Indiana Jones to like?
the next one doesn't. You're not able to dodge the third one,
Unless you have
and
luck.
the light beam hits you, and you take 20 points of damage.
Oh, that's almost what I have up here. So from 49, I'm down to 29. So boom, that takes a good chunk of me out. He's knocked on his ass, scrambling and winded, like almost falling in the acid. Like, oh my god, that was oh. Did anyone get the license plate of what hit me?
I think you were supposed to dodge those lasers, weren't you?
And I think you were supposed to shut up.
I did
I
what I
mean, just
could.
kidding. Keep singing to me. I like it.
Oh man. So is it
Don't,
a
don't worry. If you fall in, I'll shoot you and put you out of your misery.
oh
Oh, thanks, pal.
All right. Last little bit. Give me a sleight of hand check. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, do the sleight of hand check. Go ahead. $18. With the 18, you're like using your mirror, and you're like really expertly like hitting all the right spots. Give me one more sleight of hand check because now you're like right up and coming right up next to the gem, and everything is fairly tight.
Fuck off.
16.
You're not supposed to get worse when you get closer.
It's okay. I mean, you find out that to a certain extent you're able to still get there because even though they're closer, right? It also means that your mirror is covering up more laser beams at one shot, so lasers are going all over different spots. Had you missed it, I mean, you probably would have been really, really fried. But you do that, and you put the bag over the gem, and the lights do not seem to burn through the bag.
Now that's how you get it done, he says, and he kind of does like a little jig right there, like a football player would after he gets a touchdown.
And as
And
you
then the
grab
Hogrim,
you grab the gem off of the pedestal, and the all the spots where the safe spots were, they all light up. And give me a Constitution save, please. So this time you can definitely add the whatchamacallit,
Lux?
the bless.
situational. How do I add that? Plus 1d4, right?
Yep.
How did that not? What?
You spun a 3 and a 1.
3.
Oof.
Oh my god.
All right.
Just kill me now. Yep.
You grab the gem, and let me make sure my brain is correct. Boop, 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 boop. I am going to. Here, let me read this. Okay. I think it's a little nicer in Tales of the Valiant. That's why I wanted to read it. So as you're
Oh, no.
you grab the gem, you see that you feel your features getting harder, and you feel like you're turning to stone. You're basically have a flesh to stone spell on you. So
Oh,
can you make for me some more con saves?
I hope I
Please.
can.
Emphasis on make.
I
Now you actually
hope I
says
can.
here that you get 3 saves against the spell, which I thought it was 2 in Watsy's version of the thing, but I could be wrong. But you get 2 more. Just make 1, please. 16. That's fine. Okay, so you shrug it off. Next time the lights go out, you have the gem and you can walk out the rest of the way. Good job.
You can
Yo,
GTFO.
guys. Oh, we're doing so good. I got this. I instantly got so hard. I'm better now, though.
Yeah, you got some new laser beam holes in your clothes too. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be fixing them, right?
I'll take 1 action to cast cantrip mending. There, fixed.
Oh, yeah. Knew I'd keep you around for something. Yeah.
The only actual spell that I can cast.
It's perfect. It's such a useful spell. So we got this, and the thing's not like coming down around our heads or anything like that, right? We have
No,
enough
it's not.
time to make a
It's
fake
there's no
door?
boulder that's coming down from a secret passage trying to
Wait,
chase you out or
alright.
anything like that. You're good.
Just all the floor tiles in the room all fall into the acid.
nice.
See, you're meaner than I am.
I just
Is there a
understand.
way we can make a fake gem?
See, I don't understand. If you've got a gem you need to keep safe and you've got that much acid, why not just drop the gem at the bottom of a 20-foot deep pit of acid
I
instead of relying on some gimmicky laser beam shenanigans?
Well, the idea
Maybe.
for Martech was for you to get the gems so that you could do what you had to do, but not make it totally impossible. So there you go. It was difficult, but luckily you guys with your skill set, yeah, you made it no problem.
Nice.
With Malenko's skill set?
Probably not.
I was waiting for you to say something. I was taking that pause to see what comment you were going to make.
Oh, boy.
I bit my tongue for a second. I just couldn't wait any longer. So yeah, Malenko would leave a better luck next time, love Malenko note, and it's gonna have that same, kiss my ass, picture of him like his ass and you kissing it and like him running away. And like every time we grab a crystal, I'm gonna leave these notes behind just to see if there's someone coming behind us getting angry at me for stealing their shit.
That's fine.
And,
You're supposed to steal it.
And I don't know if you noticed yet, Malenko, there's I posted some actual footage of you making that check.
Oh no, I did not look in Discord yet. Oh no. Yeah.
Whoa.
Do-do-do-do.
I particularly like the second one too. I don't recognize that one.
Yeah,
That's from
I
Mini
don't,
Man or Wee Man or something.
yeah, I don't recognize that one either. I was actually looking for the one from Double Jeopardy, or no, Entrapment. Entrapment.
Entrapment. Okay, Entrapment. Yeah, that's the famous one for sure. That's a famous one.
Well, yeah, because of
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. So you've got
Because
a
of her
gem.
athleticism. Yes, her athleticism. There you go.
There you go. All right. You have yourself a gem. That's your third one, I think, right? One,
I
two,
do
three.
think we are supposed to go out the other side of the room, though.
Yeah, there's a couple different paths from what I remember, right?
Well, the two side rooms back in the main room down here are more of the whiteout rooms with the frost lasers.
Oh yeah, fuck those things.
Oh, yeah.
They probably just lead
Let's
to
find a
the
way out
two
now.
other holes.
Yeah, they'd probably just lead to the other two holes that we were already exploring anyway.
Mhm.
But north, on the other hand,
Well, just to cut that down, so you go as you go and check out the north, you see that in that room because it's no problem getting there now.
Yeah.
The walls of that it's like a small tomb. The walls of this tomb are scorched and blasted and pitted, as if there was a fierce battle that took here long ago. There are rusted weapons, scraps of cloth, various junk. Whatever happened here happened a while ago, and yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing really in that room. Otherwise, it's empty.
wonder what the purpose of this room was.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sure. So, I don't know if like backtracking will really get us what we're looking for, which is the way out. I think we.
So, just out of curiosity, any of the weapons and the stuff in this room, they're all like rusted out and stuff.
They're not of any use or repairable.
Well, repairable when you have mending is a separate question. I keep forgetting I have mending, and now that I'm remembering it, I want to use it more.
You're welcome.
I'll have to remember to break more stuff.
Zarama, in response to your high five, okay, I'm ready now.
So I mean, you can get through the light rooms with Honora's gem, right? You just have to be careful. But she can definitely guide you through that. Yes, you got to get the princess down the, you know, down or up or whatever direction you're going to get to the other level. But
I think from where we're at, it's quite easy to go down a little ways.
sure, it's go down 40 feet or go up and teleport and up like 100 feet or something like that. So yeah, it's not a problem. I mean, you don't really have anything to tie off against, but you know, certainly whoever the last one is can make the longer trip. And from there, it's not that big of a problem. I mean, I think you've pretty much cleared out this whole thing, especially if you backtrack. So you're fine.
Yeah. So Just be very careful with the young lady and don't step here unless you want to be a popsicle.
So I'm going to say by the time you get to get out, it's getting closer to nighttime, right? You're not going to, if I take a look at a map here, from where you are and where you're going.
I mean, there's a lot of other side rooms that we didn't explore, but I think the whole point of this was to get to this room. So
There's not much more. You could poke around if you wanted to, but
nah, we have somebody that needs to get to her wedding.
there you go. What am I doing here today? I have no
And more
idea.
importantly, we have a reward to get to pick up for getting her to her wedding.
There you go. There you go. That's the way to do it. That's no help. Okay, I'll look at my other one.
See, I'm the smart one with the 18 intelligence. I thought of the reward.
There you go.
Did you incite her to see if she was telling the truth?
That's not one of my skills.
Or did we just free a demon or a genie that was trapped in a bottle that this other Enfreak couldn't open up because they can't open up other genie bottles and stuff, I don't think. So, like, did we just save one of their friends?
Nah.
Are we being packaged? I'm gonna make an insight roll on all that bullshit.
My wisdom's not much better than my charisma, so.
Nah, she's hot. She's good.
Boy.
So from basically what you can see with the crude map that you have, right? Well, first a couple things. First of all, there is I use road in a very loose sense, but you see the markers that designate a quote unquote road through the desert going north of here, right? When you get out of the tomb. How long it's going to take you to get to the oasis? You would guesstimate to be maybe a few days, 3 days, give or take. So, yeah, to your point, Malenko, you're getting close to sunset. You kind of hit this during the daytime. So you can rest, and that would take you to the day. Then you got to go on the heat of the day, or however you want to try and do this. Or you can rest and get your spells back, go heat of the day, or just try and get through a night and go long, and then get your rest at the end of the morning.
I'm going to guess the princess here is probably not accustomed to traveling at night.
She is not.
I bet you she ain't used to traveling at all.
There you might be wrong, but
I do think if we can push through the night, it would be wise. We can keep the princess safe. It will get us to our goal faster.
kind of split the difference, keep the long rest to the minimum, and get going.
I feel I'm still
All right.
willing to travel.
I mean,
My dear lady, how long has it been since your very round posterior has been off of those cushions? He asked the princess. And how are those feet doing in long journeys?
She says, I have made some
It
small.
don't matter because you're coming anyways.
does Malenko not realize that desert tribes are typically nomadic?
There you go.
Yeah, wait a minute.
She
He
knows how to
doesn't
ride.
know a lot about the desert.
She knows how to ride.
He-
To your point, she
Mm,
is a little
I
pampered,
bet.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Camels. We've got the camels outside.
You
See,
do.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe she's just used to being pulled along instead of riding herself. But like, I could teach you sweets. He says, kind of like winking in the most like creepy way.
She just gives you a look of, you're just kind of beneath me.
I smack him upside the back of the head for her.
Oh, yep.
And I'm not that much of a sleazeball in real life. I promise you guys. It's just Malenko's fun to play that way because he is that much of a sleazeball.
Oh yeah.
That's
Like,
fine.
I had this spell the first time. It was called like it was something suggestion or whatever, or like it was an extended charm where I could get them to be charmed for me for a long period of time, and I'm charmed to them. So it's like I was gonna get some chick to be my like little, juggalo baddie, my jugette, and just like charm them and be like, yeah, she's my boo now. Don't you fuck with her, man. I got her. Yeah. And yeah, it was gonna be funny, but I don't have that spell no more.
Oh, would you switch it out or?
Yeah, it was like the first session, and I was like, I don't think with all this traveling and stuff. And then when I leveled up, I swapped out the spells, and I was like, I've never used this one.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, I swapped out a couple spells when I leveled up.
Yeah, I've already got my level 7 changes planned.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
So yeah, we're pushing through the night. We
That's
got
fine.
our little glow lights and stuff, and yeah.
So just
Do
make
we
some
want to keep
rolls
just
here.
the lantern burning or torches as well?
I kind of like having the torches just for the almost just like the convenience factor of it, but
Actually, in
That's good.
the desert at night, you don't need a lot of light.
Yeah, because I mean, you do get
Oh.
The
some
moon, right?
moonlight, right? And you
That's a
have
good point,
some markers, right? So,
Yeah, moonlight, even starlight, in with how flat and open the desert is.
all right, let's go incognito mode then. No more torches for now.
Did I mention I did 8 years in Las Vegas?
Whoa.
You did not. That's cool. Oh wait, wasn't that with that IT place, the Windows or whatever?
That was that's where I was at. Yeah, I moved there with Cisco Systems, and then I went in to work for the theater group after the moved.
Oh, okay.
After they sent that job to India,
Oh wow, that's
what
cool.
else is new?
despite it being illegal for that job to be processed outside the country.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they sent you to India, but no, they sent the whole job and they outsourced it to India. That sucks.
Even though it's illegal for that job to be done outside of the U.S., because I worked on IT orders for the Department of Defense.
That's outsourced to India.
Well, technically, they still kept a in the U.S. team to do it, but in order for the purchase order to get to that team, it had to go through the call center in India. But technically, that they were technically compliant, but realistically, any foreign actor that wanted to could just get into the job in India and take the info, which included such things as the United States Air Force's.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know.
Oh, that's
Yeah. I had the U.S. Air Force official Visa credit card on a yellow sticky on my desk.
I'm not listening. La 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 la. All right.
I could tell you where certain no such agency IT data centers were.
I don't want to know that either. So, getting back to traveling. So the first night, nothing really bothers you. You do see out in the distance, it's a pillar of smoke in the distant sky. At first, it looks only to be like a cloud, but then it shows to be more of a vertical shape, and you see that off to the distance towards the northeast for maybe about an hour or so, and then it kind of dissipates. But beyond that, nothing else really happens, bothers you during your night travel, and you can switch back and take your long rest and take your shifts, and I can roll for that, but I'm going to take different
Is that
dice because these are different
pillar
dice.
of
What's that?
there? Is that pillar of smoke in the same direction or spot ish where that other pillar of smoke was that we saw on our way down? Is it the same pillar? Did it grow bigger?
No, it's definitely different
Because
from
I
what you
remember.
saw before. The one you saw before was definitely more dramatic. And
Okay.
you saw what looked to be flashes of light, right? What exactly they were. You didn't hear any thunder or anything like that, but something was going on. This is just a straight pillar, and just not as, like I said, dramatic as the last one was. I think I'm going to go with
Okay.
these.
We'll be sure to avoid that area because we have cargo that's a non-combatant.
Fair enough.
That's our camels.
Is this the point where I tell everybody that long rest? I haven't taken any damage.
I tell you, man, some people are just so special. Well, for those who need to take a long rest, you may
Well, I
take your
mean,
long rest.
I have a ton of ablative hit points and point to the back of Malenko.
Yeah, I am the one taking the majority of it right now. Sending me through all the traps, Mister. I could go disarm it.
I'll just give everyone a couple seconds here to spin any dice or whatever they got to do for the long rest. Just give you 30 seconds. And I'm going to say during the day, no one really bothers you as well, even though this is a marked road, right? Like before, when you were first starting out and you were towards the south, you would occasionally see some passersby or whatever, like whether they're merchants or, even if they were off in the distance or whatever, but you're certainly not seeing that here, and you haven't really for the last little bit as you've kind of, now some of that was because you've kind of gone off path, but even here, like you're just not seeing the same activity that you saw other places.
Well, we are pretty deep into the desert.
Sure.
No one around here but the Fremen.
There you go. See, where's there a good sandworm to ride when you need one?
No, I just hope
No, I'm not going to crack that joke. Oh,
All right.
Something Fremen, something Zendaya.
Oh, man.
So, as you get towards, I must move this forward a day here. 1 second, let me move my time tracker. All right, because
by the way,
you
is
went
that a mod?
tonight. What's that? Yeah, it is.
Okay, I want that.
It's cool.
So let me get to that. Yeah, about there, we'll say. Yeah, there's like a little time tracker, and there's a couple arrows on it. So one will move it like 10 minutes, and one will move it an hour, right? So, as I think you're doing something that takes a little bit of time, I give it a 10-minute push. And evidently, if you do enough combat, it will move forward by 1 minute. That's why it's 8:01, because you did 10 rounds of combat during that day, and it translates to a minute. What I don't know is how to set that back 1 minute, because I don't care that much. I probably could double click on it or do something. No, it doesn't work. Whatever. It's good enough. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is later. I think it. I can't see it. Oh, I can see it. It's called manage modules. It is. I think it's small time. Yeah, probably small time.
That'll go really well with the hex crawl system I'm reading.
There you go. I'm going to say at the end of your long rest. So it's still light, but you're getting towards the end of the day. You see off in the distance, you see maybe 3. It's definitely something that's flying. Hard to tell from this distance what that might be, but 3 flying creatures, whatever it might be.
I see. We don't wait around and find out what that shit is. We find cover and hide. I don't care if we gotta make like a sand beetle or lizard and bury ourselves in there. Let's get hidden quick.
Are we still camped?
Yeah, I'll say you're breaking camp, right? That you've cleaned up most of it by now. You're getting ready to go.
So you take the whatever tarp or whatever it is we're using for a tent, you push some sand over the top, and everybody hunkers down under the tarp.
Okay, no problem. So then after, a small amount of time and whatchamacallit, and the fact that, the sun's going down and so forth, whatever it was
actually
flies away to the east.
That's the princess. What was that? Or what is that?
What is that? She says, from this distance, hard to say, right? There are flying.
I'm just making sure it's not like, oh, that's my husband to be's aerial defense force looking for me.
Could be. He does have one of those. They fly around on Pegasi. But from this distance, can't tell.
During the long rest, Malenko would have resummoned his familiar and stuff, and kind of been like, "What just happened, man? Like, what the fuck? You totally didn't see those little laser beams of death?" And give it the grills, and then we'll break camp. And then could he send it flying and see if he could get close enough to see what these things are?
They're a pretty good distance away, so he can chase after it, but it's probably not going to catch it.
Well, no. And if she cannot confirm that it's his people, we're not going to reveal ourselves to him.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's playing it smart. I like it.
Well, as an aside, she's kind of like a walking bag of gold to us right now.
I do like gold.
Now, Horgrim's not really that cold-hearted, but...
Well, she doesn't, to be honest, she doesn't seem that upset about it, because, like she said, there's other things that fly around here. Could be them, could not be them, right? There's plenty of flying creatures, so, sure.
Well, that part I would have actually said to her, if you can't confirm that is his people, we're not going to reveal ourselves to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they have flying creatures, because there's plenty of flying problems around, potentially. And it's easy to travel around, too.
Is there a way that I can somehow become friends and buddy with the princess? So, Malenko doesn't get absolutely castrated by the time we get there because he's an asshole. Kind of like convince her and show her that, like, he's got some rugged charm. I just calls it like I sees it. I just keep it real.
Well, she saw how the group just let you get the gem. So she saw that you definitely have some skills, and therefore she understands why the group puts up with you. So she understands that you're not without some level of usefulness.
Good enough for me.
And I'm just a gruff asshole, but I actually am a generally good guy.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right, so night travel. All right. So God dang it. Tell you one thing. I know what you say about having PDFs for the adventures, but I gotta tell you, D&D Beyond is much better to do adventures on than scrolling through PDFs all the time. And I do try to cut and paste stuff out. It's like, scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. Okay.
Custom bookmarks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably something I should do.
Another key to that is don't use Adobe.
Yeah, I do have a reader up here. That's fair enough. God dang it. I keep skipping by it. All right, here we go. All right, so... Right. Nope. Fair enough. The next night, what you kind of witness is you don't see the smoke cloud or anything like that, but this night it's more like a meteor shower that is going on. So like giant fireflies, they streak towards the... Oh, 1 second, I got to spin for that. Oof. Okay, so more towards the south, beyond where you just were. You see these like I said, like giant fireflies or small bursts streaking across the sky towards the south. They almost act as an arrow to point to where you should go or maybe not go. That's actually in the description of it, so I just had to read that because I loved it.
So either we're just missing large events like somebody casting a meteor shower over there, or nature's gone freaky.
Do you think it has something to do with all these little orb thingies? He says, trying to like roll it and do contact juggling with his. Just
I'd almost put money on it.
Well, do you think it'll all get back good and better once we get the other one and put them in this right place? Like, are we taking them out of the right places? Are we the bad guys? Are we fucking things up?
Well, once we find the other half of the description on Princess's hands over here, we'll probably know.
There you go.
Maybe they're somewhere else. Kind of just says, leaving that idea lingering in the air. Like, Honor. You don't got any other, tattoos or birthmarks, do ya, there, princess?
No, this is the only one.
Okay. And we just gotta like, all right, I'll believe you for now. He doesn't believe her at all. But he's not gonna be a creep about it. He'll just send one of the ladies into like, hey, we found like a spa. What do you say?
And every time Malenko tries to look up her dress or something, I'll smack him.
That's fair. So you get through the next night. You start to travel the next day. You get maybe halfway through the day, give or take, and you get to a crossroad. You see that there are, markers going east, which would definitely be towards the oasis, and you also see markers going north. And also from here, you can see that you're coming up on we'll say a small mountainous range, right? Again, you're in the desert, so they're not like the Rockies, they're more like the Appalachians. And, the path is kind of going around, from what you can tell, the mountains one way or the other. So in this case, and even the princess says, definitely we need to go east to head back to the oasis.
Well, then I guess we're going east.
There you go. So, and she's
when you were describing that, I'm like, oh, great, we have to decide which way we to go. Oh, wait, we have a guide, someone who knows the desert like the back of her hand.
Yep, she has no problem.
I go. No, we'll go east.
Okay, so and as you're going east, like the princess is, she knows she's getting close to the oasis, so she says, we should start seeing some of the riders for the Sheik sometime soon. We should keep an eye out.
Yeah. At the same time, I think we should. Anybody got a spare cloak or something? Because I think we should disguise her just in case something has gone off while she's been gone.
I think I might have just the thing. Pretty sure he's got a disguise kit somewhere on his bullshit from his back story and his
just in case, an abundance of caution.
I don't think I have them, but he should have the fucking. No, I got the entertainer's pack that comes with the disguise kit. Yeah, I have costumes. Yeah, I have costumes and a disguise kit. Yeah, I thought I had one in there. Yeah, I'm good.
So, do you want to try to disguise her, or you're going to have to convince her of that? Because,
well, it shouldn't be hard to convince her. Just the Ifrit is massively evil, and he could have agents out here too. So, not a full, hard, heavy, full makeup, dye your hair. It doesn't need to be that degree of costume. Just cover up with, a spare cloak and wear a hat, tuck your hair into a hat or something so that you're not immediately recognizable.
okay.
The hubby will little glow up. Think about it. You come back. He thinks you're a damsel in distress. You come back looking like a fatty, all fierce and strong, independent woman. It'd be so hot, darling. Oh, let's do it. Ready.
I smack him upside the head.
Okay. And I presume these are semi-playful smacks. If you want to actually do damage.
I'm not doing damage.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No, it's the kind of smack to the back of the head like you do to your kid or something.
And Zarama, did you say something in there? I thought I heard a third voice. Okay, maybe not. It's all good. Nah. Okay, cool. All right. So, So you're going to put her in some sort of. You're trying to cover up to a certain extent, is what I'm hearing. Yes.
Yeah, just enough that she's not instantly recognizable, because I'm sure she's probably very well known, and just in case there's any bad players in the neighborhood.
Princess, your life is in danger. We have to dress you up like a clown immediately.
I don't think
I
she's
don't think
going
she
for the
would go for
clown.
that.
Um,
I guess.
but
we should go for
she's
the
not exactly
princess.
dressed for the desert right now, so she definitely has no problem. She probably already has some sort of, Lawrence of Arabia cloak type look going on here.
Mhm.
Um,
All right.
okay, so you can continue. So let's see. It was getting right because you're doing night travel. So I'll say that this close to the oasis, you're not going to get any other uh, dramatic spins here. So with another travel through the desert at night, um, you know, um, you'll see. Um, I'm going to say in general, right? The the guards, quote unquote, flying on horseback, are not flying around during the night so much. I'm obviously going to see flying around at night anyway. So they're not really around while you're traveling. So when you get towards the end of your day, you are coming up on the oasis, and as the sun comes up, which means as the sun goes down, thinking sun comes up, moon goes down, sun goes up. Man, you got me. This reverse travel was just playing havoc with my brain. Um,
Mhm.
Good reasons, but yeah.
Mission accomplished.
um, you're definitely coming up to the oasis as the sun starts to rise, and you see flyers starting to head in different directions, and there's two riders um, heading towards where you guys are.
All right, well, this is either good or bad. Just tell the princess here that keep your disguise up until you know for sure that these are friends.
Okay, fair enough. Uh, all right. So, just give me a second to scroll to a description here. So, I mean, in the end, right? You get two riders. They're riding Pegasus. They're carrying lances, right? They're called air lancers for the obvious reasons. So they're carrying lances. They have swords as well. Um, they are dressed as the sheik's guard, right? She definitely recognizes them as they're getting closer to you and are about to come up to you.
Malenko tells her not to get too excited. We still gotta suss these guys out and make sure they're not assholes or working for shady guys that might sell you back to the demons or anything. Let's do this properly, okay? Like, we got
Yeah.
you. We'll make sure you get there safely.
And in the meantime, everybody stop, hands away from weapons, and let somebody who's got a better charisma than me do the talking.
Oh, that's Malenko, right?
I will
Other than
break
Malenko.
with some performance and being silly and just like juggling, I know, some fruits or whatever he's got like in his hands and just like, oh, hey, gents, what can we do you for? How's it going? Lovely afternoon. It's afternoon or evening now again. Like
This is
evening-ish.
morning-ish because you travel at night.
Morning? Oh, I see the 7 a.m. now. Yeah. Like, good morning. How are you guys doing? Just
So they fly up and Um, the one says, "Greetings, travelers," as he kind of looks over all of you, and you're obviously adventurers because you're such a mix of different races and weapons and everything else. I mean, how many crayfish are wandering through the desert and everything else? So,
Probably exactly one.
definitely some odd looks and so forth. But they look you over and like, greetings, travelers. State your business coming to the oasis.
Um, is Malenko?
We're on a wild adventure and journey. We're trying to help get this desert sorted, but I don't know what's going on out there, man. Things are just getting messed up. Right now, we're just trying to get somewhere safe. Dude,
Did you hear that the
do you,
river come back?
You would say that. Let's see. You're gonna make me
Look,
count.
it's a monkey wrench. Let me throw it.
Yeah.
Notice I did not imply that we had anything to do with it. I just said, did you notice? Did you hear that the river is coming back?
So okay, I just had
pretty...
it. I had to do some counting. So they're like give you kind of a look, and they're like, yes, we've noticed that to the east we see that the river is returning. You must have traveled quite a bit through some pretty tough lands to get to this spot.
We took a wrong turn. We took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Like
none's tougher than us. And this guy's old hide.
I see, and one of them like takes out a map and
points.
trying to figure out where Albuquerque is, and then just kind of rolls it up and puts it back in. So
Did I translate that wrong?
So yeah, we can escort you into the oasis.
Who rules these lands?
The Sheik is
and when are
the ruler of the oasis.
Greeting. Sorry, I didn't mean to come off.
I'm just trying to verify that we're dealing with the right folks. I don't know if it'd be proper to ask which Sheik, what's his name?
So it is. Scroll.
And then while they answer, I will glance at the princess to verify the correct name.
Yes, Sheik Kazim. Kassim.
Kazim.
Yep.
Okay.
And she nods. She's
and
like,
then,
"Yep, that's the right dude."
Okay. Well, then, yes. I'm so glad it's him because we have something to return to him. And I look at her.
They're like, "Oh," and then the princess like puts down her robe and she's like, "Greetings, I am the princess. These adventurers rescued me from the Afridi." So they take a quick look and she shows her hand as she kind of gives the ceremonial greeting, and they kind of snap to attention, and they're like, "Yes, we will escort you into the oasis." And one of them blows a horn, and you see other riders kind of turn from whatever direction they were and start heading in your way.
There you go, Malenko. You're a hero.
Malenko like also goes like, yeah, I know, always am, but like, I'm sure glad you didn't piss them off. They have backup.
So, boop. I
Eh,
gotta plop you on here. Boop.
hard for me to mess it up too much. All I
Oh.
did is tell the
Is
truth.
there no light on this? 1 second. Oh, you know why? Probably because I gotta make it daytime. Like I must have it turned on to. Yes, you can actually sync the clock to the day night cycle of your map.
That's cool. So while we're in the Oasis, Malenko knows thieves can't, so he'll be keeping an eye out for like any secret type of like underground messages that could be laying around here. Just cause.
Sure. So, let me just grab this up here. Boop 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 boop. All right. Do I want that? So what you have here on the map, right, is a couple different things. So, over 1 second. Let me do this one first. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a screenshot here so I can scroll around and give you the lay of the land, so to speak. Nice.
There you go, Malenko. That's what you're looking for.
So, yes. Okay, great.
That's cool.
So, I don't know why they bothered to do that. Great. So, what you have is a couple different things. So, over here, if I get my little, like this area over here to the, I guess, northwest of you, that is basically that's the camp itself, right? So this is like the nomads camp. There is some sort of, you can't quite from here see exactly what it is, but there's clearly some sort of demarcation going around the camp, except to that one spot towards the east. So you gather there's, I mean, it's not trying to hide itself. So you figure it's some sort of perimeter. What exactly it does, you don't know until you go check it out. But there's something going on there that sections it off in some way, shape, or form. You have the oasis itself in the center here, right? This big blue thing is the oasis itself, and there's some guards that keep an eye on the oasis. You see that over here, right? This is called the Oasis of the White Palm, and that is the White Palm. So it is a tree that is, 1 second, that basically in contrast for all the other trees, this one is bleached white. And the dates are in dark brown clusters underneath it. Beyond that, let me just zoom out a little bit. That's at least in the immediate area. There is over here a burned out camp. You're not exactly sure what happened there. And then over somewhere. God dang it, these people. When they, just give me 1 second to find which is which. Yep. So this is down here. There is like another camp area. Not sure what that is, but you know the sheik and the people would generally be over here in the camp to the northwest. And with that, before we role play a whole bunch of stuff with this, I'm going to apologize, but I think I'm going to go out and start moving some snow.
Yeah, I get that before it freezes up. I definitely get that.
So
Yeah,
I
it's probably a good time.
apology for the short short session, but yeah, I got to see if the snowblower better start and
You know what?
get a moving.
Don't freeze.
Oh, I'll be dressed warm. So, all right, I'm going to get a rolling, and I'll catch you all next week. And Vic, I'll give you a ping when I'm done. And have a good night.
Alrighty, then. Awesome. Yeah. I hope you have a good night and try to stay warm with some hot chocolate or tea when you get back in.
You got it. Later, all.
All right.